Of electricity to the community. I think it's not good. I think it's not good, and they have voiced it out. And me, as a representative of my people, I must carry their voice to the nation. I must carry their voice clearly and soundly to whoever wants to hear that my people are angry. I think if my people are angry, I'm also angry, and I'm part of it. So I believe that the only thing I can continue to do is to calm the youth down, to come to the table and discuss with federal government. I think that is my message that I'm going to take to Abuja.
Okay, sir.
Because executive brings the proposal. You know, it's a proposal to the National Assembly, and we don't have our people representing us in the National ESCO. You know, since 1960, we don't have. The Ndokwa nation has never produced a minister. You know, to that extent, you find out that the people are not remembered, and they are producing a lot. And I believe that the federal government, with this agitation, will listen to the Ndokwa people and be able to budget. It's not much, 13.6 billion. When you have taken a lot, about trillions of nairas and dollars away from the lands of the people, you should return at least 13.6 billion to the people, so that they can now, you know, be able to have a relief. Size of relief. And I believe that this fight my people are fighting is not a wrong one, and the only thing I can do as their leader is to continue to calm them down, for them to come to the negotiating table and be able to address their issues, because issues are not addressed violently but addressed at the round table. Have a representative, you might not have a voice. You know, this time around, local people have produced a voice, and definitely the voice is going to be loud and very sound. And I believe that there are three key functions that my people have voted me to go and do. To represent them like what I'm doing today by interacting with them, and to make good laws for good governance. And good governance, you know, represent that the people should be protected, even when they are producing enough. And the third one is oversight. Those things, you have power to allocate resources. And I believed that my people should stand a chance of taking part of the cake, you know, from the federal government, because they are producing enough. And I'm going to sound it very soundly. And I know the 8th National Assembly, House of Reps, which I belong to, is a house where justice, fairness, and equity takes place. And for now, we have a very capable leader in the person of Right Honorable Yakubu Dogara and his leadership. I think they will do well, and they will listen to Ndokwa Nation.
Thank you very much. As young men in school, we found out that there was no provision to step down electricity for our people. So we took up the struggle. And the then president made a categorical statement and gave a directive to that effect that electricity must be stepped down. But the most annoying part of all these things is that the EIA, that is Environmental Impact Assessment Report by the by Agip, which was prepared before the plant was built, they stated therein that electricity ought to be stepped down for communities within 50-kilometer radius. And that is the basis of our struggle. They know what is right. They know this is what they ought to do, but they have refused to do it. And that is why we are here. 10 years down the line, we are struggling. I have done my tenure and I'm out. And another youth leader is in place, and other youth groups are in place, and they have refused to step down this. It's a deliberate act. There's no argument about it. And that is why we are saying we've heard enough of calling for us to meet with them and all that. We are saying this time around, we will not back down until the electricity is stepped down for our people. We generate 480 megawatts of electricity and we don't even have any. In fact, if you go around Ndokwa now, there are very, very few communities that have light, and that is not because Agip gave them light. The place where they have this IPP is not, you can't go there. In this time, you can't.
The President NNU and members of NNU members have been able to rise the office of the President of Federal Nigeria. We wrote to him in respect to this agitation that the Ndokwa people need electricity. The Ndokwa people need electricity because we have all it takes to have this electricity. Initially, when our President Olusegun Obasango came to shortly independent power plant, supported Dubai, he gave promise to the Ndokwa people that Ndokwa people must benefit from the lights. And ever since then, we have been waiting for this light to come. Up till this time, there is no electricity in the Ndokwa nation. So we decided to approach the issue, and the Ndokwa youths are prepared to do anything that it takes to attract this electricity to the Ndokwa. In a short time, the youths of Ndokwa are prepared to shut down that independent power.